Today's video is a little different than what I normally put out on the YouTube channel, and it is going to be a peek behind the scenes. Now, I'm gearing up to vendor at a local card show for the first time ever, and it is a monumental task, not only pulling together the stock, but also figuring out what is the game plan for my table. So I thought I would share, just in case you're trying to dive into vending as well, maybe there's some tips and tricks you can pick up along the way. So let me show you the chaos that I have today. I've got my inventory going through, is just the pricing, and that has been a big challenge because some cards you don't see the values online as easily as possible. Now, if you've got a lot of near mint cards, sometimes that card only showcases light play, heavy play, damaged prices at the moment. So TCG Player is great. Honestly, it is the standard for looking at raw cards, but you do have to explore other avenues. I've had to look at other avenues like eBay just to see what are last sold, just to get a rough idea of what pricing will look like. Obviously, that is a big challenge, but that is part and parcel of this whole vendor experience. So it is a time-consuming one. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a $1 card, 50-cent card. I have learned a lot in terms of tracking down prices and seeing what are the last solds and just trying to be fair market value, because that's the big thing. Is I don't want to overprice, and I don't want to be turning away any potential deals just because the cards are not in the right price frame. Now, the other thing that I had to track down was a proper display case. Now, you can go down a complete rabbit hole in itself with display cases. You've got so many options out there. It really was hard to wrap my mind around what would make sense for my product. Now, because this is my first show and because I don't have a lot of slabs, I had to look at display cases that were more favorable to showcasing raw cards. So the standard display boxes I was seeing were shadow boxes. They almost look like wooden frames with a glass door latching on them, and those have permanently built-in shelves, and those look great when you want to showcase slabs. But I felt like because they were going to be pretty deep with the shelving, they weren't going to showcase the raw cards that I have, the higher value raw cards, in a good way. So I had to look around, and it was not easy. Honestly, tracking down a display case that I thought would look really good, I had to do a lot of research, and where I knit it out with is right here. So I went with the Viz Pro lockable notice board. So this thing is actually a board that gets put up. You know, you probably see these. They're more like bulletin boards at like offices, schools, community centers. This is what they actually use to put up posters and other kind of flyers to showcase, you know, upcoming events. Now, this version from Viz Pro comes in 3 different options. So there was a gray felt option, which is the one I have here. There's a blue felt option, and then there is a cork board option. Now, I did want to go with the blue felt because it was a lighter blue, and I thought that would make the cards really pop with that kind of high contrast background. But unfortunately, the blue felt was sold out, and it was not going to be arriving in time for the show. So I decided to go, instead of with cork, go with the gray felt, because again, I want to make sure that the product is secure, and I'm not going to be using this to display any posters, so I don't need to worry about putting thumbtacks or anything like that in there. Now, one of my bigger concerns that I didn't see in the reviews was just how much clearance is there in this display case, and could it show both the raw cards and slabs? And I'm happy to say this does really well. So let me get a couple cards here just so you can see, and it's right in there. So like, this thing is already money as it is, and it fits everything. And obviously with raw cards, you can just put them in there, and these are great. And this is fully flush, this is fully lockable if I need to. So there is a good clearance level on here. So this thing is perfect. It's exactly what I need for the show. So for the wireless mic, I've decided to go with the Hollyland Lark M2. This was within my budget. Now, obviously there are some other options out there, some really good options like the DJI Mic 2 or even the Shure microphone, but those were just a little outside of my price range. This had some really good reviews. It also has a function where I can trigger the recording on my phone through the wireless connection. It's going to be a huge game changer for me because I don't have a GoPro, I don't have a digital camera. The other thing is, how am I going to put up my cameras? So another thing I picked up was this expandable tripod from Ukos, and it's really cool because this thing can go up quite high, almost I think 6 feet. I got this one because I do like that it could be its own kind of handheld tripod if I want to walk around at future shows if I'm just being a purchaser. So this is nice and compact. Another thing that I'm looking at is how do I want to run my table? And this is actually something that made me think about that. I know it's a bit random, but this is from the Paldean Fates premium collection boxes. There was 3 different ones. This one was the Quackville EX version, which includes the evolution line from Quaxley, Quaxwell, and Quackville EX, as well as this display stand that can show off the 3 different cards. Now, one of the things I'm going to be doing to make my table a little bit unique is I'm going to pick a random card out of the pile. I'm going to put a sticker on the back side of the card, and I'm going to put some sort of "you won a prize," and I think that will be a lot of fun. And of course, the first person that identifies that, I'm going to give them this sweet 3-card promo setup with the display box, because I think that'll just make things a little bit different for the table experience, because obviously you can sell products, but I want to connect with the community, I want to give back, and it's not as easy as running a giveaway online. So something in person that's just really random and fun. So we'll see how that goes. Now, one thing I'm noticing with my cards that are in top loaders is that over time they get scuffed up. Now, what I'm doing is taking any of the cards that have sleeves or top loaders that are either scuffed up, dusty, or anything, and I'm replacing them with new ones. Now, I've got a pile of top loaders that I've already switched out for new ones, freshies. You know, you got to get that mint fresh goodness. And the way I'm seeing it is, if you are coming to the table, no matter what card you're getting, everything is the same in terms of quality. I want you to be able to feel like you are getting something that has been taken care of, which it has. I mean, I've opened up a lot of packs, I've opened up a lot of sealed product. I think it's like one of those small attention to details that just makes a really good lasting impression. I'm sure there's many more things that I need to get done before the show, but this is just a small snippet of the behind the scenes planning that I'm doing for the show. I'm super excited about it. I'm really excited to show you all the video once it's ready to go, so stay tuned for that. That's coming down the line. That's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little different than what I'm normally doing. No packs opening this time around, but for good reason, because we're getting ready for this first show experience, and I'm super excited. I wanted to share just kind of the learning. So hopefully you found it helpful and insightful. Let me know down below in the comments your thoughts on this. And if you're thinking about vending, maybe this helped you kind of figure things out. Good luck to those who are getting into the vending realm. Now, if you want to see some regular scheduled content, you can check out videos here and here. And as well, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 500 followers, and there's plenty of room for you all to join on. I'll catch up with you on the next one. And until then, the drops don't stop.